John Wick, right? So I watched it, and it's Keanu Reeves. I like Keanu, good guy, not a great actor, but he makes it work, you know. And he's just a likable dude. You see videos of him on the subway, getting up and giving people his seat. He rides the subway. Had some tragedy in his life. Always remembered where he come from. I like that kind of person, you know.
Yeah.
This film is garbage, dude. It's like thinking garbage. Right, so first off, right, complete spoilers, by the way. If you've not watched John Wick, it's a pretty old movie. If you've not watched it, though, I'm going to fucking ruin it. Like, I'm going to butcher it now. So there's no chance you'll enjoy it. But, right, plot-wise, it begins with John Wick's missus having a die. Right, even though she's pretty young, she's got the big C or something. I don't think it says. But she dies. She dies of something that just gobbles her up again. And she's in hospital and the machine. And there's no backstory to that. It throws you into that, right? So, like, I don't even give a fuck. Like, do you know what I mean? To be outright, I just don't give a fuck. Because it's like if I just showed you a video of two strangers and like one come out and went, my wife's died. Like, you just, yeah, all right, it's bad, I suppose. It's measurably, raging. But like, yeah, raging. But like, it's not. I'm not connected yet. I'm not in. I don't know you. Like,
you have no connection to the characters. Just a dead character, no?
Yeah, I'll put the kettle on, I suppose. You know what I mean? So I was watching it, and she's just dead, and he's sad. And their entire backstory, the only way they could try and make it so you could relate is as she dies, he takes like a bracelet or a necklace, I can't remember which, off her, out of her hand. And it does a flashback, and it's it just shows that he remembered her anniversary once. That was it. Oh wow, they're so close. He remembered her anniversary. That's like so. Anyway, she's dead. He goes back home, and for some reason, she's planned her death so well. She's got him a puppy as a pet. A little puppy. And there's a note, and he reads it, and in its her voice, saying, whatever you do, John Wick, don't you forget how to love. Right? Which I guess means he's got the all clear to go start banging other broads, which is nice. So he wakes up, and this guy, right, is a fucking shambles. Like, he's got no dog food, because obviously it's a surprise puppy, but he feeds it cereal. But, like, not dry cereal, he puts milk on it.
As if that was the only thing he had.
Yeah, I mean, that's weird. But, like, maybe he doesn't, because she's dead. Maybe she did the shopping in the relationship. I don't know. But he pours cereal for the dog. I'm pretty sure that's going to completely wreck its insides. It's going to be farting for days. Like, have you ever seen a dog when it's got too much wind?
Yeah.
Just lying on it. Just push the fucking balloon knot, like just in so much pain. So John Wick's fucked that puppy up for days. Like, he doesn't. Yeah,
he's fucked that puppy up for days.
Just wrecked it, mate. Then this is just the opening 5 minutes. Like, it's beyond a joke, this movie. So then he gets into his car, right? And it's some fucking, I don't know, like a Dodge Mustang or whatever they're called. 69, the classic car.
Yeah.
Bing, wife's dead. Bing. Goes to the petrol station. Gas station.
Could have got dog food if he was driving anyway, like, instead of giving him cereal.
I think that was the plan, maybe. By the layout of his house, you're supposed to know he's quite rich and maybe doesn't need to work. And while he's at the fucking gas station, just filling up his car after having a drive with his hands in his pocket, right? The cunt who plays Reek in Game of Thrones is there, right? And he's talking Russian. And it's garbage. It's like when someone tries to do Suka Bliet in, like, Counter-Strike. Terrible accent. And he keeps alternating between a really over-the-top American accent and a really over-the-top, give me your rubles, Russian. Like, dude, this shouldn't be hard. Like, pick one and be good at it. Like, don't fuck up both. Like, And he comes up to John Wick, who's doing fuck all, and says, "Nice car." And he's like, "Yeah, it is." And he says, "How much do you want for it?" And John Wick's like, "It's not for sale. It's my car." And Reek, the least intimidating man in history, he's talking to John Wick, and John Wick's like just having none of it. And he says, "It's not for sale." And this least intimidating dickless loser goes, "Everything has a price, bitch." So anyway, John Wick goes back home. He's looking after his farting dog. And then Reek and the boys have come in his house. Don't know how they found him, like, but they have. Keep in mind, he doesn't park the Dodge outside. It's in the garage, you know. And they come through the fucking, into his gaff. And immediately, I'm supposed to believe this is legit, Reek, bam, bam, like, gives him the smash. And then, right, they just kill the dog. They just kill the puppy.
Yeah, probably just kept farting all the time, but he got his dog killed.
Like, fucking just stamp on it to death. Like. And it's so egregious, there's just no reason for that. And they knock John Wick out, and they kill this little farting dog, and then they take the car that they wanted, because everything has a price, bitch, and they just fucking drive off with it, right? Now, it turns out John Wick is the hardest bastard who ever lived.
How'd he get wrecked out straight away by Reek?
But he's the hardest bastard who'd ever lived, and he used to work for the Russian mob that Reek is in. Right. He worked for his dad, and he's retired. And he got to retire because they set him an impossible job where he had to kill everyone. He had to kill like all these other criminals to establish Russian mob dominance.
Like the end of the usual suspects, the boat.
Yeah, exactly. Like going on beyond that. You don't know what it is, but he just said, "I set him an impossible task because I didn't want him to retire." But he met a girl and he loved her 5 years ago before the disease hit her. And like, I set him this impossible task, and he did it. So I just let him retire because he's obviously fucking hard as fuck, right?
He's double hard cutting. Time to pack it in.
Now, the killing of the dog and the stealing of the car triggers John Wick. And he decides that he's going to get back into killing everyone for no reason, which was his job. And here's the thing, though. The Reek meets his dad, and his dad goes, "Do you know who that car belonged to?" And like punching his own son in the stomach. And he's on the floor, like all reeked up to the max. Going, "No, it's not coming out." Like, "Whoa, it's John Wick." And then it just cuts to Keanu Reeves in the basement of his house with a sledgehammer, smashing up his solid concrete floor. Just, yeah. This is all real. And underneath the solid concrete floor, just a bunch of guns and that. And later on, though, he kills a bunch of people in his house, and a copper turns up and sees a dead body and goes, "Are you back in the game, John?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm just tying up some loose ends." And the cops go away. Why in that case would you need to bury these guns in your house?
Cops just know in his house.
It's mad. There's so many things, dude. But anyway, the point I'm trying to fucking make is don't you think you might have mentioned it to your son, who was also in your mob and was apparently at the time John Wick was killing everyone?
Yeah, and just lives in the same town as John Wick for some reason. You all just live in the exact same city, I guess.
Why wouldn't you just say to him, "Right, you can do whatever you want because you're my son, but you know that John Wick, like this is a photo of John Wick. Do not fuck with him for any reason." And it's just lazy writing. It's like a blues song. "I come home from my dead wife's in hospital, some guy stamped on my dog, It's like,
now I'm back in the game.
Why didn't they just, right, if you're going to have the wife die, why not have like 5 minutes of them having a kiss and a cuddle and that, and do some exposition going, "I'm so glad I retired from killing people, baby," like in bed, and then have a home invasion and she gets killed? Because you got to understand, John Wick kills everyone. He kills everybody, like hundreds of people, like it's just nothing, all over this dog, because it symbolizes hope or whatever. So it would be way more believable if he did it for his wife. So why not just do that? Why make it about a dog and a car? Oh, mate, I was so triggered. I was so triggered at how bad it was. Anyway, he's just wrecking everybody for no reason. And he's got like 3 different styles of fucking gung fu, like where he's just blah, 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 blah. And he can just blow everyone in the head. And like some of the scenes are all right, like, but again, massively overhyped. I got told, oh, the acrobatics with the guns are so like, nah, it's like that film Equilibrium. It's on a par with that. It's like not a big deal. He kills everyone with a Russian accent in a variety of ways. Some ways funny, some ways not funny. And there's all this mad shit. Like, he goes to a hotel with the skinny black dude from The Wire. And, right? You know, the one who,
Yeah,
like,
I know him.
Chief.
Yeah.
The one who just goes mad in season 2 and goes, who leaves a kilo of raw on him? He's like a copper the entire time. And then just one scene, he goes hood. It's mad. Anyway. So anyway, like, he's in a hotel. And they've got this currency of like gold coins, which means you're in the gang. You're in.
Right.
And I thought, oh, well, this must be a hotel for just gang members because they've got all these rules about, you know, like, oh, don't kill each other on this sacred ground and stuff. So I thought, oh, it's like a neutral ground for hitmen and Russian mobsters and that shit. But someone breaks into his room and tries to kill him in the middle of the night. And fucking Daniels from The Wire rings up and goes, sir, we've had a noise complaint. Why are you letting... It's real. We've had a noise complaint on your floor. Why are you letting regular people into this hotel? What is... Oh, mate. Like, anyway, so it gets to the end, and he's killed everyone. And keep in mind, like, the dad, the head of the Russian mob, is old as fuck, dude. He's easily, like, 56, you know, he's getting on. Yeah. He's fighting Dick Rover, and John Wick has killed Russian hitmen and mobsters and, you know, experts in Krav Maga and all this shit. Like, he's just tortured everyone. And then it gets to this old boy. Well, you should just kill him, right? Like, easy. He drops his guns and that, and has a fist fight with him, and he struggles to batter him. Like, this guy, honestly,
he's supposed to be the biggest double-hard cunt of all time.
I'll wreck this old cunt. And do you know how he gets him? Right? Because obviously, being Russian and that, he's got to be sneaky. It's like Russian, you know, Russian stereotypes in movies. He says, come on, John, like old times. And they have like a fist fight. I don't even know why it would be like old time, whatever. And he pulls out a switchblade, and John Wick thinks, I know how to fucking beat him here. Gets his arm and goes, and stabs himself with the switchblade. Yeah, right? But not even in a soft part of his body. Right above the vital organs. And then he wrecks him and takes it out of himself and stabs it in the guy's neck. And he dies in the rain. And then John Wick goes to the nearest place to get better again. And that's a vet. And he like pours peroxide on his wound and staples it shut with like one of them things, and then he takes another puppy.
Vital organs, of course.
And then he takes a puppy on the way out. So it's like a
start again.
Yeah, it's like a sitcom. It's just gone full circle. Now, another thing that I have to observe about John Wick as well is it's got to be the least satisfying end to a revenge story ever, because it's probably about 2/3 of the way through the film where he kills Reek. And here's the thing. Reek, you know, he's got that hated face and he's like a little half man, half weasel, you know, no balls. Like, you just want him to suffer, right? So, and it's all his fault. The reason all these people are dead, it's Reek's fault. So John Wick, yeah, he gets him. He goes to a base. He picks a load of people off with a fucking sniper rifle, which for some reason, even though it's one of the massive ones, like you could blow a fucking tank up with it, you know. When it hits you in the head, it just goes zip, and a little bit of blood comes out. Your head would pop like a fucking melon, by the way. You fire an anti-tank gun into someone's brain. It's just, blow! They could have done that. They didn't. He gets in, and Reek's on the floor going like, no, man, and he just shoots him in the head twice, and that's that. Sound.
Could have been the end of the film.
And that isn't even the end of the film, no. Because now, even though his dad says, oh, it's all right, you killed my son, but he was Reek.
Yeah, who really cares about him?
Yeah, like, I was disappointed, to be honest. For some reason, he'd hired somebody to kill John Wick, who's an old friend of John Wick's. Everyone loves John Wick, by the way. That should have just been a better name for the movie. Everyone loves John Wick. He gets out of so many binds where it's like, oh, John Wick should be dead here. And then he goes, hey, got your back, John. And, oh, yeah, haven't seen you in 10 years. There's no backstory, nothing. Good to see you again. And then Keanu Reeves just goes out like he knows everybody. He's the fucking best social networking guy who ever lived. But anyway, Willem Dafoe is his old mate. And Willem Dafoe gets hired to kill John Wick. And for some reason, tries to do it, misses, stops trying to do it, meets John Wick and goes, yeah, I'm not going to kill you, by the way. Sound. And then because he didn't kill him in time before he killed his son, the Russian guy kills Willem Dafoe. And that's just going to make John Wick angry again. You just calmed him down. Like, he just calmed down. Like, he just got over the dog. He killed your wretched son. It's over now. Just let him go back. Have a bong. You know, just get back to eating cereal and feeding his dog the wrong things. You know, his new dog. Just let it go. Nah, not happening. So yeah, his dad kills Willem Dafoe, tortures him first, and John Wick just gets fully aggro again. That's, you know, I don't know what I'm supposed to feel here with John Wick. Am I supposed to turn my brain off? There's turning your brain off, right, and just, you know, suspending disbelief. I can do that. I watched Interstellar. I did that. What if love was the energy in the universe? Fuck up. I'm out. Fuck up. But, you know, I could suspend my disbelief, like the planets and all that, man. It was fucking good. There was some good visual effects in it. I'm all right with that. But this is unreal, mate. This is literally like, it's too much, mate. So I didn't really enjoy John Wick, is what I'm trying to say.
Ed Hoos.
Feel free to watch it, by the way, if you want to. Sam, I mean, not you guys out there. Don't watch it, because it sucks. Yeah, I didn't think so. I mean, you know, if that doesn't put you off, then I don't really know what else to say. But yeah. Oh, and by the way, the puppy was called Daisy, which makes it worse, right? Yeah. You know. So, right, let's talk about what's been going on in the fucking